I'm saying is that people all around the world since the beginning of the cryptocurrency for all these years, that's what they were trying to do. And I didn't even get to blink and I already had it. And I performed it and I made a transaction right on the spot. So they were trying to block it, but like I said, it's just they were blocking it. It had to be because they just trying to let me know, like they caught on, like they know, and they didn't, you know. Of course, like I just created something that is in the billion. It automatically goes into the $1 billion industry that anybody that needs to make an exchange are all the $1 billion exchanges that are being made right now. And something that the cryptocurrency is missing, and you place that in there automatically, it is going to run through all those billions, meaning it's an instant $1 billion business. And there's a trademark that and a service mark that I hold, and nobody can take from me. So that's when the glitches were coming in, when it was already created. So when they saw that I was trying to do that transaction and get everything to the end, they saw that's all they could do is try to block it. But then I'm really like business wise, like I said, I already knew the business was, since I was 25, I already knew, because I followed since I was small. I was looking at why business runs the way is running. Then when I got to the young adult, you know, I started seeing how to operate, and then I started seeing that the way it's going is not. It doesn't run. It's not a perfect system. It can be better, a lot better. That significantly, like I would gradually from one point to another get to it, no matter what. With God, when I get these blessings, that's what makes it elite. That's what makes it puts me over the fact that the business industry in general is not something that at the end you could see it goes. If you can't go through a crisis, if you can't go through a pandemic, if you can't go through certain things, it's because it's not structured to go through everything of what a human when humanity, when you do business, is for a person. It's not for a computer. It's not for a system that's just based on numbers. So you could reach this number and that's it. And a lot of businesses have that and are not connected with the people and how to get the best and get the and run business like where you're mentally, physically, economically, you're covered. It's probably just something. It's like a thing. I mean, the best nest thing, and or whatever's convenient. But at the same time, even though all this technology, remember, like I'm saying, like a lot of the technology, a lot of the energy, it needs to be in your body, not onto something. I know some technology are helpful and things, and you feel like you can be connected. But the connection, you see how I get connection. None of my connection comes from a gadget. None. Like I said, when I get my callings, the only time I go to the gadget is to see what information it's out there, because I'm not getting that information from anyone out there. And that's where this is why Scantron works with everything that they have out there. And since I create the things that are not out there, that's a problem to them. they have to stop. They have to. So my personal life is what they have to attack to try to prevent these things from being fully in full like blooming. They have to prevent it, because then that will mean that it I'm a person that would probably that could get the whole world together, and then the whole world has to protect what all the callings, because they know I'm not just doing this to play with Scantrum. Scantrum is not even part of it, but Scantrum wants to put themselves in it because they don't have anything. They lazy. They don't call for their blessings. They don't call for the callings, and they think that they could just operate with me like this and feel like they own like me, so nobody else could actually like benefit from mentally, physically, economically, and socially. Even through a crisis, I mean, through a pandemic, it's like, okay, well, we're not going anywhere, and we're superficial, and we're not really fixing it, but we're not gonna let somebody else try to come in, and because that would be a new world of things that we are not even in control. We don't know of to do better for. And if we wanted to do better, we'll be in those callings. We wouldn't be manipulating like we're on top, because we could read somebody's mind, and yeah, you read people's mind, and then you use all the people to show me things, and I'm like, God don't need to do. God don't like ugly. God don't like war. God protects himself from everything. That doesn't mean he's on war. He's just protecting himself. He's protecting his people. So this ain't for you. It's for us. F you. You know, I don't concentrate on how to let me get back. That's what they I don't get back. They have to keep coming, and trying to always bringing me down mentally, physically, economically, and socially. They have to strip me from my son to do all this kidnapping things and make it look in paper like if it's something, using people close to me to go the way they want him to go. This is what's practicing in my life. So everybody sees what it is, and is falling back on things, then you're falling back on yourself. You're falling back on blessings. You're falling back on callings that otherwise are not there for you to help yourself from being put in places where it's inhumane to be practiced in things that are not going to keep you safe from a pandemic, is fixed to be superficial so that it could continue being on that. And then they have services and they have you worry, so you have to depend on a system that's not really there for you on a total 100%. It's fixture on out of your nature, inhumane. So if you put all together, there is nothing going back and forth. It's just straight. You need to stay 100. If not, you're gonna fall back on life. You're gonna fall back on growth. You're gonna fall back on making sure that you straight mentally, physically, mentally, physically, economically, and socially. And that's it. I don't like. I'm doing. You already see what it is, and I'm keeping it 100. I keep it moving. I mean, you see, the reason why they were stopping me from doing the transaction was because they didn't know what I was doing at first. The things that they do that they want to know, I have to think. But when I have a blessings, and I have to think, and they have to watch like closely. Although when I get the blessings and the callings, there ain't no process. There ain't no me thinking. There ain't no me. Let me do this. and then get to this, so I could get to. So people, they can't pick up on what's gonna happen. So that's why, like, when it's already done and put in perspective, then they're here playing with technology. They're here playing with my life personally when I don't have nothing to do with the reason why I'm moving like this. And they know that it has nothing to do with them, and there's no power that they have that could control it, stop it, or prevent it. What they could do is stall it, divert it, intersect, try to make sure I don't reach certain things for the frequencies, because frequencies work. That's why I tell people, if I'm trying to reach people, this ain't about isolating me, because they don't have the answers to nothing. They wish they did, but they lazy. They not wishing, really. They just wishing that I didn't have, or calling. They wishing I didn't thing, and then I didn't have. Then they want to play with it. Like, what can we do? Let's just try to get as much as we can, and try to. But they ain't getting as much as you can, because that means you have to be 100, and you're not 100. So they're gonna keep playing with it, no matter what. Although I'm not here for you. I keep it moving. Like I said, like, I go better. There's places in this world that I could feel all the frequencies. I don't even have to go right now. Like I said, I get the callings, and then I go get that. I get the right on answers. I go where I need to go, where I need to be. This is not it. It don't have to be America. I was taught by my ancestors to keep it at 100. We kept it moving, where we could keep it 100. It's not about you. It's not about Scantrum. It's not about this person. It's not about the person and the children's of this person and that person. And all that you could do is try to go around my life on a war tactic to put me down mentally, physically, economically, confuse me, stop me from thinking about how I need to move. And then when they take things, when they take the way that I could, they block the buttons for the people who won't buy my products, and they control how much money when I'm working. They infiltrate the workplace. I mean, they do all of this stuff. And even though the blueprint and everything is put out, they get me to the point where I get sick, because it's a stressful thing. It's a toxic thing, when I get sick mentally, physically, and I get down economically. Then they have me more where they have me, where they want to have me. And then they start opening these this is what they do. They open these opportunities like they're giving me something. Oh, look at that. I was trying to tell you about the GameStop thing. And I'm like, yeah. And what about it? I could have, there's a bunch of stuff I could have invested in. But the thing is, I don't need to go somewhere where you want me to go. There's millions and billions of dollars out there. Although there is my callings, there is my blessings, there is the manifestation I do have on God. I do have frostbite, FORZBYT. I do have my music. I have production. I produce. So my production, I have my own currency. Been at it for 2 years already. But you want to show me that you could get. I should have paid attention to that, because you kept putting people around to talk about it, right? So you stop me from things that I already got to give me something that somebody else, because you already know that I'm worth already triple of any money. I'm not even gonna put triple or put an amount. I'm worth all the money that you cannot show me or give me. So there's nothing. You're gonna take what I produce, what I can make, to show me, well, I'm gonna give you this now and this now. Of course you're gonna do that. Because if you cut the infiltration, if you cut the interception, if you cut putting me down mentally, physically, economically, and socially with the war tactics on a on how I operate, because I do business. It's not just a calling. I do business, and I do business to the T. You already saw that since in 2 weeks I became a manager. No plugs in, no nothing. I I poked and I see from your testing, from the businesses that use these tests that put people in categories of what they belong working in, what field they and they have these tests made by all the most highest people of education, psychologists, to create these things. And I didn't go to school for none of that. And I wouldn't know. Nobody knows how and why these things, so they don't tell you that unless you're the manager. Unless you're the manager or the person that created the test. But I don't need to be in all that to be touched and to be manifest. And then not only that, then they say I practice what I'm in practice, like I'm doing what they 5 years there, 3 years management and general managers, they never seen anything like it. So in 2 weeks, yes, that's you. That's your position. So and that's customer service manager. So I'm gonna tell you right now, that's not something that you just get like that. But for me, it is like that because I am that. And you mad because you can't process that because there's no books, there's no nothing to it. You wish you had someone higher than God, but you don't. You wish you were higher than God, but you're not. That's why I don't look to see anything that you have for me. Anything you have for me is because it's lower, is controlling, is a war tactic to keep me where you want me to be. It's not where I am or where I need to be. It's where you want me to. It's a personal gain. It's for you. It's a fraud. When you go and you hold people against their own will, they like being taken for granted, enslaved, threatened, tortured, harassed, put down mentally, physically, economically, and socially. Fraud, inhumane, violation of civil rights. I mean, there's a list. You're not even following your oath, and you want people to follow your war tactic, and you use secret services and to intimidate what's the highest and what people should do, and you use your war tactics and your chiefs to manipulate and hold people against their own will and have me a target. You don't have nothing. If anything, you would have been producing anything close to what I'm doing. You don't have nothing but to keep people isolated, lies, confused, down mentally, physically, economically, and socially.